What else with this? For
to hold it down. Okay.
Clips on.
So it must stay with it.
Just must stay with it. That mustn't get lost.
Okay.
So that's
Right.
good for now. So we're just doing the.
Camera rolling. So now you're just going to give your tips that you've learned. Okay. Hello Archie. This is just a quick short video of Jamie. Hello. There's Jamie.
Hello.
Hello. Showing us the little techniques he's found that have worked with shrink wrapping and what makes big holes and burns books and what doesn't. So over to you, Jamie.
So for a start, I see that you see that there's 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah.
which correlates to 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So I never go up to 3. I always do all my shrink wrapping on 2.
Okay, 2's the number.
And
Right.
I let it run
Yeah.
for a bit, and I sort of just feel.
We don't want any accidents. We don't want ladies burning their hands and taking their skin off. Yeah.
So I always let it run for a little bit before I start trying to shrink,
Okay.
which you'll see if you don't do that, it just doesn't
Ooh.
shrink effectively.
Okay.
Then, come close.
Come close, all right.
So then once it's warmed up a little,
Yeah.
which I gauge just kind of by feel, if you can't comfortably hold your hand in front
Okay,
of
so
it,
it's warm there, but it's not going to burn you. But the
Yeah.
moment it starts getting too hot, move your
when you
hand.
can't comfortably hold your hand there, it's about right.
Right.
And then I shrink on the sides first, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Always go on the sides. You see how close I go, and I go very carefully. If I see it starting to tear, like you might see down at the bottom here, see it's got a little hole there. Your hand is kind of looking at this.
Oh dear. Okay.
So as soon as I see a hole like that, I
Yeah.
back off.
Yeah.
Then I tend to flip it over, and then I sort of go around the edge, like so. You
Alright.
see I'm moving it fairly quickly.
Oops, and
As
then
soon as
let
it
it
starts
hold.
to tear, I back off.
Okay. So basically that then
So
cools
it's
down.
kind of a feel thing. It's hard to
Okay, so before you go with the next one,
articulate.
I just want to comment on a few things, and that is when I was trying to do this, I had a very different technique and I had a lot more damages than Jamie. So he's found the technique of doing around the edge but not there. Here.
So yeah,
Alright.
you can see in this
And
next one.
his distance is important from the edge of where he's
Also, I don't shrink.
and that's what I used
like
to do.
that.
You see how he's
I don't
shaking?
do that.
I used to do that.
I hold it fairly constant, and I just keep it steadily moving around
The
the
edge. And then you flip it to its back side and do a last little
around
bit.
sort of the corners, not on the flat.
And so what you'll see about this is it just looks like a well held
It's not a
together.
brilliant one because
Not-
it popped open.
And now this one's got all these
This is a little
extra
bit
bits.
thinner plastic than this,
Okay.
because this is those bags.
Mm-hmm.
So this plastic is a bit thicker, so you can be a little bit. It takes a bit more time to shrink that than this.
Okay. So let's go here and watch. It's actually really important not to shake it. So here he's getting the
Also,
tip,
not past 2,
not past 2.
and 1 doesn't do anything. So
Alright. So now watch. See, it's going along the edge.
basically, as
side.
soon as you see it shrink, you keep moving.
So take note now. I'm busy looking at you, not the thing. Take note of the distance of the gun, the heat gun to the edge of the thing, and the speed that it goes around. Right, now we're going to turn it over. And you might see here, this probably doesn't even need anything. But
You're not, I just find
it's hard to
this is
show
like a
on
little-
the camera. You'll be able to see it much better when you're doing it.
Oops.
You see now,
Yeah,
this,
so
because
this
this
is-
is such thin plastic, it's now pulled it in here. But it's still fine because it's still holding it nice and snug. Okay. let's do
Another thing
one.
I tend to do is I make sure that the contents inside is nice and square.
Okay.
Because also if it's all wobbly, then it shrinks it like that.
Mm.
And that can also create
Now,
lights
please,
in
just
the
please
pockets
be in
and
mind,
things.
people, this is a heat gun. Different kind of gun, Archie. Nearly call him Charlie. Okay. So you see, I don't know if it's maybe showing nicely. It's not actually showing up at all on this video how the top pulls it in. The top of the plastic. Now, I want to show him something. Yeah, it's all wrinkly on top here. Here, the camera's showing it. But what happens is, as this cools down, it sort of tightens So you've got to not overdo the shrink wrapping.
That's
There's more
actually
chance
probably
of
done.
there's more chance of it going wrong if you overdo it. So it's better to underdo. It's just basically a case of
You get a
neatening it
feel
up.
for it basically
Yeah.
over time as well.
Okay, let's look at this one now. We're going to go 2, and we're going to go along the edge. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. To give an idea of speed.
This stuff keeps on exploding.
Oh, this one's yeah, but again, let's just leave that like that. Now, don't worry, guys, if you see holes and bits and pieces on here, because as you know, it's just to hold the set together. We don't even have to do the shrink wrap step. We're just
Yeah, I
showing
think
it
with
to
these
you.
packets it's probably better not to actually shrink.
You'll notice we've stopped shrink wrapping the timelines because they just make them too tight. So we just put it in, we just seal it and stop. Why we were doing these ones was just to give more of, just do that back thing, I think, of a quick demonstration of how to operate the heat gun. Okay. Right, there's those done, and now next step is we hang it on its hooky. We put a hooky there for you.
Okay.
We turn it
Switch.
off
And
and we
then
pull it out.
unplug. And then this here is the
Okay, let's talk about that for a minute because they don't know about this one. This is a new one. Okay, you see this is a longer one, which, can you do a little demonstration of why we went with the long one? First of all, the little one was causing us
this
problems.
one wasn't wide enough for this roll of plastic. That
Yeah.
was one of the main reasons.
You see, we found this roll of
See that
plastic in
there?
the workshop.
Fits in there.
And look here, I want to show them this rig here. This is two of the, you'll recognize these. These are the rollers
Stop the
from,
video and start another one.
these are the rollers. Oh, I'll keep all in one video. I know it's quicker to put blah, blah, blah. Okay, so those now, we put those 2 rollers on that rig there that came from the Xeroxes so that this plastic rolls nice and easy like so. Look at that. And now, Jamie, you roll it back, don't you?
Yeah.
So tell us your few tricks on this.
Basically how I do it is, it was the other way around, so that's open there, which it won't usually be. You see how it's, so let's just actually peel off this.
Okay, check that he's got a little pair of scissors here because these scissors are used for this purpose. Cutting open the side because this roll of plastic is like a tube.
Okay, I think stop the video because this is